right, so cool. Check it out. So yeah, that's it right there. So we were talking as always, and that's why we decided to do this show because we just talked and we're like, why aren't we recording? And then we started the show and we started recording, and then we started talking. We're like, wait, we just need to go downstairs and start recording.
Now y'all get to be in our conversation.
There you go. So as Tyler was saying, we put out my little mini SoCon preview / subcast preview for today. Talked about a couple things, and I mentioned one of the things I was curious about. Your opinion was the portal and Seth Gross. So let's go ahead and start with the first question. What do you think about this portal thing, like that they got set up? It sounds kind of weird. Like it sounds weird, but in the way it's kind of cool, I guess. Like
I mean, I'll have to see more of it to know. Like, I mean, right? It sounds weird right now, so I'm not really sure.
For those of you who haven't really followed too much about the portal, basically what the portal is, and my question though is like, is this just a wrestling thing, or is there a portal for all sports? You know, like does
I don't know.
like from a tennis player to a football player to whichever. Like, you always hear about football, like somebody leaving the program and going someplace else, just because football is bigger. It's just more heard about and whatnot, and like the whole releasing. We've talked about changing minds and releasing, being able to go to another school or another program, things of that nature. But basically, what the portal is say Tyler is wrestling. You know, and we'll go and use Seth Gross path at the University of Iowa, and he's unhappy or things happen, and he decides he wants to go someplace else. Well, in the past, you used to have to kind of ask for permission or say, I want to be released, and schools had the choice to whether or not they want to release somebody or whether or not, however they want to do that. In today's society, and I think for a good reason, things have been changing a little bit, and now they have a portal where you can declare your intent to want to go someplace by putting yourself in this thing called the portal. I don't know like what the online process to do that is, but basically that puts your name out there. And I think I might be mistaken. Go ahead and correct me if I'm wrong, anybody. I think what this now allows things to happen is before it used to be shady. Like somebody would want to transfer, but you wouldn't hear about it, and then they transfer, and they'd be like, how long were these coaches, or how much conversation was there before? Or was this on the up and up? Yeah. Well, the portal basically just says, I'm available for contact.
Yeah.
You know, and allows it to be legal, as far as I know, to say, hey, so-and-so's up on the portal, so you were leaving Iowa, I could be who I am, and I could be like, hey, check out our man Tyler's on the portal, we need, you know, a 41-pounder next year, he could fit that pretty well, and a coach can now use that as another recruiting tool. So I think it's kind of cool in that sense.
And the way you were talking about it, but I don't know if it fixes that problem of shadiness, because these guys all know each other. I mean, you still have people who are talking. Like, for instance, even though this is not really a secret, you know, Spencer Lee and DeSanto knew each other outside of before DeSanto came to Iowa. Mm-hmm. I mean, everyone knew that. So, I mean, these guys know each other from various, you know, either whether they wrestled each other in high school or just like.
Oh yeah,
so I mean,
you go to the training centers, you got to do different things.
Yeah,
but yeah,
there's still that.
But I just think it's an interesting thing to be able to put out there.
It's like an official thing, like
saying that's out there. What
it's kind of like a free agent market, is what it is.
It kind of is,
and that's why I'm kind of torn, because it's.
But from my understanding, though, too, once you go out there, apparently a coach can say, all right, you put yourself out on the portal. Yeah. We're no longer obligated to give you scholarship money for next year. You know, we don't have to, you know, basically re-up on you because we know you want to go someplace else.
And and I think that's okay. I mean, because there's no need in paying someone.
No. What I am curious about is, like, you know, after NCAAs, like, how does that pan out? Like, who else joins this portal? You know, like, who else wants to go someplace else?
It's kind of scary.
Who has a bad tournament and decides they want to go to something? I don't know. I think it opens up a lot of different things, but I don't know. Overall, I think it's going to be good. I think it's what do they say? Transparency, full transparency. If I want to go somewhere, I'm going to go somewhere. These are the coaches that are talking to me. I think, you know, it's also just like we're in a day and age of football, for example. You know, somebody doesn't want to go, or somebody wants to go somewhere. Well, all they have to do is kind of like, you know, say, hey, I want to go somewhere, and it's on ESPN, and the school doesn't want to release me, and they get released. You know, I mean, there's a whole lot of stuff like football. There's a lot more transparency. One, just because of the popularity of it. So anything that kind of puts our information out, I think, is kind of good.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm okay with. I think it's kind of becoming a little too like pro footballish though, with the whole, like, I guess declaring it, and then It almost seems kind of like even though there's no money in college sports. Yeah.
Dramatic pause. Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, I feel like that's kind of what it's going to kind of lean more towards. It's going to be like a free agent thing. Like, I think you're going to have, especially if you have, like, for instance, say if you have two big names going in this portal market, you're going to have, it's kind of like a waiting game, especially if they're in the same weight class. It's like, all right, let's see who wants who more and where are they going to go. I mean, it's exciting.
But it's not much different than like recruiting and signing day anyway, when it was kind of some of that stuff to an extent. Also, again, it's kind of, I don't know.
Like I said, I have to see more of it and see how it goes before I'm starting. Like before I.
Yeah.
Because there's a few things I will worry about, but at the same time, I don't know if any of these things will ever happen.
Yeah.
But I kind of like it. I mean, I agree. You should be able to transfer to an extent. Just like I transferred from where I was to where I'm at now.
Yeah. I mean, you should be allowed to transfer now. I think maybe I don't know if it's like how many times you should be able to transfer. Like it'd be absurd if somebody transferred 4 times in 4 years.
That would be
because let's be real. I mean, I know they're there to wrestle, but ultimately, aren't you supposed to be getting an education?
Yeah.
So how can you be doing that if you transfer every year? Transfer one time in your career, fine. Actually, in the case of Seth Gross,
he's already done it.
I think he's transferred once, but this is also, I think, a legit move too because, well, he's graduating, so basically he'd be wrestling as a grad student.
What
and now you're talking about his eligibility. Technically,
sixth year.
Technically, he is currently out of eligibility.
Yeah.
As far as I understand it, at this exact moment, he is run out of eligibility. What he will apply for and what the NCAA will give, and I say will give because I don't see why they wouldn't
like
give to him,
shirt
is they call it a medical red shirt.
Yeah.
He was out this year for medical reasons.
Mm-hmm.
He, as far as if I remember correctly, he went and had back surgery.
Yeah.
That's about as big of a medical red shirt as
I mean,
you would need. You know?
Can't.
So
it's not like that's a small thing.
Is it a 100% that they'll give it? No. Would it be? I'd almost say 99.8% chance that he'll get it.
Probably.
Yes, more than likely.
Because I think it's going to be his like 6th year of eligibility is what he.
Because if he lost a year when he transferred or whatnot, so I mean, but technically he's out of eligibility. He should get the medical red, what they call, I think, a medical red shirt or a medical year. So he should get that. So he should be able to compete wherever he goes next year. Now the question is, where would he go? And I liked your question. So would he go back to Iowa?
Yeah, I mean, it's a silly question. It was more or less joking. But at the same time, it is.
I thought it was silly question because it was funny.
Yeah.
But my first question that I posted whenever I saw this was like, he'll go wherever the RTC will fit him.
Yeah.
Because what if it's that 0.2 chance that he doesn't get that medical redshirt year? Well, and then he's straight off into his professional, senior level career. And in that case, he needs to go wherever the RTC is going to fit him best. I jokingly said Chattanooga with RTC South. That being said, you got Dan Dennis, a guy that's at his weight, who made the team, would be his coach. Not a bad plug, just saying. So that would be kind of cool for him to go there. I don't think he'll go back to Iowa, but is Iowa not known as lightweight central or lightweight university, especially at the RTC level? I mean,
of course.
Dan Dennis, Gilman, Raymond. I mean, all those guys.
Even
though they all move off, so that would make sense for him. What I think, and I think pretty much everybody else thinks this as well, which I don't disagree with, is him going to Wisconsin, back to Bono, because that Bono is who he went to at SDSU. Who helped win him a national championship. They've also got Askren there now as the RTC coach.
Believe it or not, that was actually one of my top. When I was first seeing about him going into this portal, that was actually one of the first places I was thinking of as well.
Yeah, I think that's the most logical place. Back to Bono.
That's why I didn't even think it. Like, honestly, as much as I like Ben Askren, I didn't even put that. Not that I didn't put it together. It wasn't on my mind.
Yeah.
Because
you get Bono, you got Askren, you got McDonough, who's an assistant coach over there, so he's a lightweight guy too. So that's a lot of familiarity. Mm-hmm. And if he's looking for, and let's be honest, I mean, he wants another NCAA championship, but he also realizes that now that'd be his last one. He's going to be focusing on his senior career soon. So that's why I said the RTC is the biggest thing that he should be looking at. Although, I don't know how Wisconsin's RTC is because it's another new one. But
I'm about to look something up.
You know,
It's a little
if
sad.
I was going to guess places, and yes, it is a bias thing, but dude, I think like RTC South would be a cool spot to land.
Yeah.
With Dan Dennis and those guys, and young, hungry, so throwing out the homerism that I'm having, for it, I do think it's a cool spot that he could land, or that he should actually think about. Not that I have much control over what he thinks about or does, but think about it. Also, as mentioned, my man Ben Gillette, I said, hey, we could go drive up and go see him because former teammates close by down here in the South. Also, one of our assistant coaches over at the high school. Great plug. But
med school, isn't he?
He's in med school and he comes and helps out whenever he's not studying for boards and does things.
That's a whole.
So I mean. So we'd have somebody familiar. I mean, we're only 4 hours away. It's not bad. But Iowa does make sense in the sense that how good they are lightweight. I don't think he'll go back there. But also poses the question, has anybody ever left a place and gone back to it? I don't know. That'd be an interesting one. But if he doesn't go to Wisconsin, I would be surprised. But
I'm going to throw a wild card.
But I would be mad if he didn't go to Wisconsin and he didn't go south.
I'm going to throw a wild card in there just to... I don't even believe it would happen. I don't even think it would happen. Mm-hmm. It would be funny if it did, especially because it'd be it'd throw people way off. Just imagine him going to like UNC or something like that. I'm not saying I don't think he would. I mean, there's really not much reason for him to go. And like I said, I don't even believe that. I don't know. But it's just throwing a funny, a random name out there. Like, just imagine if he does go somewhere like a.
Again, you could almost name some of these places and come up for reasons for them. Yeah. I mean, Ramos, Coleman, as the coaches. I mean, it's what I like about this whole RTC thing is it almost becomes.
If that happens, I'm gonna own that.
But like these RTCs coming and doing things, like it's almost like a second recruiting process, which I think is good, and I still want to find a way to see RTC wrestle RTC somehow, some way.
Yeah, we still haven't talked about that.
I still want to see something like that happen. I want to see singlets. I want to see team stuff, and I want it to maybe be something different, but in the same colors of the host school. Yeah. You have the Nittany Lion Wrestling Club, the Hawkeye Wrestling Club. Those are their RTCs and stuff. But like, what could they do to make it cool and like have their team or their guy wrestle somebody else? And I don't know, the UNC Wrestling Club, their colors be that, but they don't have to be a Tar Heel. I don't know, I think it'd be cool. I think Chattanooga's one is actually cool. It's not the Chattanooga Wrestling Club. It's the RTC South.
Yeah.
They named it RTC South. It's like for the South that region. Yeah. They want that area. They want to own not just Chattanooga, but they want to own the area, which I thought is pretty, not audacious is the word, but pretty ambitious.
Yeah.
But pretty cool too.
No, it is pretty cool.
And I did order some of the RTC South gear. Of course, I had to. So, but yeah, I thought all that was kind of cool. So I think he'll go Wisconsin. Love to see him at the South, or just be interesting to see where else he goes. I think the portal's going to be interesting. All that kind of stuff. What other questions did I have yesterday, or did I mention on the thing? I kind of forgot what I
think we talked about Big Tens. I know there was something we meant to talk about the other night. We mentioned it.
Askren.
Yeah, Askren, the buy-in system stuff too.
Oh yes, buy-in culture is what we wanted to call today. Like,
we'll talk about Askren real quick though.
Yeah, why not? Like, hey, if you hadn't heard it already, and maybe it's just because of who we are and like what we listen to and stuff, we're all in agreement. Not an early stoppage. Matter of fact, it was a great stoppage. There was no way he was getting out of that. He was limp. Okay? You hold it any longer, and people are going to start saying, why didn't they call that sooner?
Or they'd be saying, why did you have to pop his head like a watermelon?
Yes, because he then just squeezed 2 watermelons the next day. I mean, he was not going nowhere. Great stoppage. No need for a rematch. Throw him against Marty. Now.
Yeah. I mean...
No, I'm kidding. He won't get the Marty fight yet. And I'm going to start calling Usman Marty now, too.
He could.
Well, I mean, he could, but it's Dana. So I think if he gets this winner, this Till and next thing, I think he would have a legitimate chance. And he already, like, has all the pre-hype with Marty. And also another great point that Askren himself mentioned, there was a lot of wrestlers on that card, and it was a great card.
That was a great card.
But even though Tyrone Woodley lost, he lost. At least the belt went to another wrestler. He was like a D2. Marty was a D2 champ or something.
Yeah.
Marty from Nebraska.
Yeah, Marty from Nebraska. That's
he's a wrestler too. So it's kind of cool to see it at least stay with a wrestler.
I mean, and I still think that stoppage was perfect, just because.
Yes.
If you've never been choked out, you can be choked out and be out for like 2 seconds and then wake back up. what I think happened is he did go out, and then Askren felt it and loosened up just for, I guess, his safety. And or he saw.
And then when he let him go, he came up.
And you come right back up. If he would have held on it for longer with that same squeeze,
we're not in that ring. We don't know exactly how lucid he really is. You could be up and aware, and your body's just running on pure adrenaline and instinct, and maybe it's saying I'm good, and it looks like he's good, but you're out. You're walking cold, like just
you
out
can say
cold.
You were good, but I saw your head, and it was purple. And both your arms went limp on the ground. I'm not.
I've been choked out a little bit myself, and know that as soon as I get air, I feel immediately better.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I'm good.
It's gotta take me a second to, I'm not saying I'm at that low.
You're training all the time. I've had instances where it's like 2 seconds. Like I said, 2 seconds. You're kind of out and you don't know what's happening.
Yes.
But the minute that something lets go, you're just like, all right, I'm good. Like it happens.
So, shout out to Ben Askren. Also watched the video. It was really cool. On him, funky.
Squeezing the water.
Yeah, but he really, really awesome. So happy for him and for wrestling and in general, and can't wait to see him get his next fight. And,
if y'all think I fanboy out over like Conor McGregor and stuff, y'all should have saw me with Askren. Yep. He's on up there. He's on up there with Conor for me. But let's talk about Big Tens now.
All right, so Big Tens. We'll just run through it, kind of like how we did.
You want to write this down?
How I did with SoCon. Sure, why not? Get the paper down there.
I'm sure I can find a piece of paper.
Yeah, I got a piece of paper right here. Let's see if I got a pen over here. And now we got some of the sharpened. So, anyway, we'll roll down the list, and also I figured.
What's this?
Does this work? Yeah, kind of, sort of.
But we can bleed through.
It doesn't matter if it does. But we can also talk about each weight and decide who do we think will win. Jeez, I got a whole lot of pens and stuff like that. Oh, Sharpie's fine. So, and then go with, do you think the Big Ten winner will win NCAAs? Well, and then we can check this with our other paper later for another episode at another time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, do we think Big Ten will win NCAAs, and who's going to win Big Tens? All right. And then we can also even pick. So say, for example, let's start off at 125. Rivera's 1, Lee's 2, Russell's 3, Rayvon is 4. Where?
4.
Petro, Martin.
He's been around.
Moises there. Heinzelman's 8.
Drew Madden.
Elijah Oliver at Indiana is there.
So what I was looking up earlier,
PSU has Devin Schnupp. He's not going to do anything.
No, what I was looking at earlier, Ethan Rotundo from Wisconsin. I was wondering if he was related to the wrestler, and then I remembered the wrestler's last name, Mike Rotunda, the guy IRS, was Rotunda, not Rotunda. So that's what I had to look up, guys. I was like, man, does he have another kid?
Yeah. So, but basically what I'm saying is, you even say you pick Rivera to win Big Tens, you can still pick Lee to win NCAAs, so that would still be a Big Ten win for NCAAs. Now, in this case, I got Lee coming back and winning Big Tens.
You got Lee winning Big Tens?
Yeah, I got Lee coming back and winning Big Tens. I think he avenges his loss to Rivera. I don't think Rivera touches him again. Now, my dilemma is whether or not I think Piccinini or Rivera, or Piccinini or Lee wins NCAAs.
So, do you want to go ahead?
Well, let's see. Who do you think is going to win Big Ten?
Same. I have Spencer Lee. I wanted to be different. Say Riviera. I don't think. I mean, it's not that I don't think he can. He absolutely can. Riviera can win it.
I'm going to go Lee wins Big Tens. Piccinini wins NCAAs. Now that could change depending on what happens.
We got
after watching Big Tens.
Yeah.
And looking at who's seated where, but. Also, it's going to see, like, how does Lee wrestle? Is Lee going to be back to wrestling like how he was before, or not? So who do you have?
I have Lee, and then I have him winning NCAA.
Okay, as well. so you got a Big Ten win there.
And the reason for that is I think Lee taking the 2 losses he already has this year. I think it was good timing. I think he needed to lose them now, kind of get that little bit of fire up under him, just to show like, hey, you're gonna have to do some work. And I think he can, especially where depending on where he ends up, him and Pitch end up meeting up. I think he can avenge it.
So
all
right, so cool. So I'll be interested to see. I'm going to base my not only on brackets, but also see how Lee wrestles at Big Tens on what I'd choose for NCAAs. All right, 133. I got Backpack winning it all. Never mind. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Michik, DeSanto, Siriano, Bravo Young.
I mean,
but we're also forgetting about Luke Pletcher.
see,
But he, I don't know.
I'm not going Pletcher. I just can't.
If I were ranking like just me, but like I don't have all the stats and everything, I'd have Pletcher above Bravo Young still. Like I'd have 1-3, Pletcher, Young 5, Lezak's good at 6, Ben Thornton produced pretty good. But I'm going to roll with never mind. I was gonna say Siriano, but then I saw DeSanto's name again, and he's on a mission. But since Fix is not in this bracket, the drive won't be there. Siriano wins this weight.
Siriano. All right. Now, who wins NCAA? Does he win NCAAs? Do you still think?
No, I'm all of a sudden going Cowboy heavy. We got Fix winning.
All right, Fix NCAA.
Wow, I have the first 2 weights as non-Big Ten. Wow, that's and those could be Big Ten weights easy.
Yeah. For this one, obviously I'm torn. The top 3, you can make an argument for any of them.
All 3. Like I said, the only reason why I didn't say DeSanto is because he's not gonna be as fired up until he sees Fix on the bracket again, and he's ready to go get him. Because what's he gonna say? He's like, I've beaten Siriano. Well, he hasn't wrestled. Oh wait, Michik, the DeSanto Michik rematch. Has that happened yet?
No, it hasn't happened yet.
Oh my god.
So wait,
I want to see that.
That would probably be in the. But then the thing is, if he's DeSanto's on the bottom half of the bracket, Michik will be up top. Siriano, since he'd be 3, he'd be on the same side as Michik.
He's going to be on the same side.
So you would have Siriano and Michik, and that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Siriano and Michik's going to be your semis right there.
Yeah.
So who wins that? Because Michik wins it again. And then if so,
I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna say Michik. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna say it just because one, I prefer if he did.
Just so he can face DeSanto in the finals.
Yeah, I mean, God, that's gonna be a tough.
I want to see that match, but if Siriano wins, then it doesn't happen.
Yeah,
unless DeSanto loses as well.
DeSanto may go in there psycho and get DQ'd.
Like for Siriano, for me to see Michik versus DeSanto, which I want to see, but still have my pick come true. That means Siriano has to defeat Michik, and who? I don't know, Bravo, or Lezak beats DeSanto. Number 2 is a daggum good.
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about the big game. I'm not thinking about who I'd like. I'm thinking of the bracket, how it's gonna match.
I mean, the number 2 seed works out great for DeSanto.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
All right, so who you got winning the whole thing?
I've got Michik, and then I've got NCAA's going to Fix.
Okay.
I mean, Fix is
awesome.
It. Yeah,
awesome.
Michik, I'm sorry, but you've just been. You've been wrestling great, but I just don't think.
Well,
I'm gonna touch him.
No.
141.
141. Tristan Moran at number 4 has been knocking people off, and it's been really cool. But, or do you want to pick first? Or do you want me to?
I'll let you pick first. I was just gonna say there's a sleeper in this bracket that I don't think anyone, 2 that a lot of people aren't thinking of. But
what? Who are you thinking? Chad Red or Mirren?
No. Weirdly enough, I was gonna say Mitch McKee. I've seen him wrestle a few times this year. He's pretty slept on. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying he's gonna come in win, but I think he's gonna raise some eyebrows.
Yeah, I think McKenna wins.
You got McKenna?
I got the number 3 McKenna winning it. McKenna, the reason why he's been off, or not off, but earlier on he was coming back from Junior Worlds.
Yeah.
I think they said there might have been an injury. There's a lot of the weigh-in stuff, but I think McKenna has been proven he's the top guy, at 141. And I see McKenna. I got McKenna winning this, and I think McKenna makes it to the finals. And I think Yanni. Daggum, am I a Big Ten hater? And I got Yanni winning NCAAs.
Yeah, you can't bet against Yanni though.
Yeah.
Did you see that thing that he posted earlier?
Which one?
6th Sense. He was sitting there warming up, hits an outside single, and then he just moves out of the way, and someone happened to just be running by. I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, to be different, because I was gonna pick McKenna. Just to be different, I'll go Nick Lee.
Earlier on, we both said we're not sold on Nick Lee.
Yeah.
But he's wrestling as of late.
Yeah, he's stepped up.
Wrestling well.
I think he can do it.
He's been wrestling.
It's sad. Neither of us are
really
even talking about Carr. We're just kind of overlooking Carr. We're picking.
Yeah, no, Carr. I think So McKenna has to beat Carr in the semis. Because otherwise, I'd say those two are a finals matchup.
No,
You know, I
and
think.
then NCAA, I've got Yanni. I mean, I agree. I mean, you can't bet against Yanni. Yanni's been absolutely killing it. He could very realistically be a 4-timer as well.
Yeah.
I mentioned that last year. 149.
I mean, is it
Yeah.
really
No.
Ashnall?
Yeah.
Which I think is fun because you were at the beginning. You're like, really? You got Ashnall? You Rutgers?
Yeah.
And look at him this year.
No, Ashnault's been killing it. I've eaten my word. I mean,
That one I had since the get go. I was like, check him out. He is going to do it this year.
so now who do you think? Do you think he meets up with Micah, or do you think he meets up with Thorne in the finals?
Micah.
Micah.
I think Micah's good enough as long as he gets off bottom.
Yeah. But no, I mean, not
Thorne's
if he's
good.
Ashnaul.
Huh?
He's
Oh,
wrestling
no, well,
Ashnaul,
that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. That's another reason why I got Ashnall picked to win.
But
you
who
know.
do you have winning NCAA's?
Dude, they got Amin. Amin is down at 8?
This Malik Amin, though. It's not Miles.
Okay. I was like,
Malik's the older brother, the less talented.
I just was like, dude, is that right? I see an Amin and I see 8.
Yeah.
I'm like, you should.
No, you have Malik and Miles. Malik is the not as good one. He's scrappy, though. He's very
Okay.
scrappy.
All right.
Who do you got wins at NCAA's there?
Ashnall.
You got Ash as
I
well?
got Ashnall winning. That's my first Big Ten pick.
Yeah. Who else would be there that he could even...
Kolodzik is still, even though Kolodzik lost, Kolodzik I think still probably gets back together, can meet him in the finals.
I'm gonna do that just also so we're different here as well. Because we've agreed on the past who wins NCAA. I'm gonna go Kolodzik for NCAA.
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't see any reason why he doesn't get his stuff back on track.
Yeah, and then plus, I mean, that'd be a rematch. So.
Yeah, no, it'd be a good rematch too. Because
Yeah.
hopefully, if Kolodzik makes the adjustments,
Yeah,
you know,
I think he
Ashnall
can.
destroyed him for all practical purposes.
Yes.
But he destroyed him with like 2 moves.
Yeah.
Like he knew what he was gonna do. So if he doesn't, because
We're not even gonna debate on this. We all know it's gonna be Alec Pantelio.
that's what I was gonna say.
57.
Pantelio. I mean, Pantelio. Next topic, right?
Yeah,
and,
right.
and that isn't that how it goes?
Yeah, I mean, just
Huh?
screwing off. Like,
Huh? Is that not how that goes? Is it not Pantelio next topic?
Yeah,
Huh?
absolutely.
All right.
No, but seriously.
Who do you think he wrestles in
Nolf.
the finals?
Oh, Nolf. Pantelio.
Do you think? Yeah. Pantelio's.
I mean, Berger from Nebraska is solid too, but I mean, I think Pantelio beats him.
Cool. I kind of want to see him wrestle. Berger,
And
though.
we both have him in NCAA's, right?
Yeah. I don't want to pick him though. I want to not pick him and be that guy that picked that right versus Knopf next topic. But yeah, he probably does right now.
So you're saying yeah?
yeah?
I got to do it so I can close the parentheses. So once it's in Sharpie, it's in stone.
It's in Sharpie.
It's
All
in
right,
Sharpie.
I can change it later. Hidley.
Hidley. All right.
Gonna ride that horse. All right.
Oh, I didn't even think about that one either.
Huh?
No, but I still think Nolf wins it.
Right now. All right. Oh, yo, what'd you think about that Vincenzo or Vincenzo Joseph? He's a 2-time champ at NCAA's.
Mhm.
0-time champ at Big Tens.
Yeah, I mean,
It's kind of like wild though.
yeah,
You know,
I mean,
it's
it's
like-
just, well, then you have to think about who he's ran into at Big Tens, though.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it does show that. Not to say that he's gotten lucky at NCAA's, but like, dadgum, like, I'm not trying to like change my perception of him. I've never really been sold on it. I think other people were better, but he found a way to win. But like, people figured him out at Big Tens. Like, a week, 2 weeks difference. Like, wow, like what a difference. You know.
Yeah.
That's all. That's what I'm getting. It's like, wow, what a difference. I got. Ooh. I almost want to say, and I'm going to do this. Vincenzo Joseph wins Big Tens. He gets his first Big Ten victory, but it cost him his NCAA's because Marinelli comes back and wins NCAA's. Throwing a little,
Match bull.
yeah, put the bull in there. So it's still a Big Ten win. Though.
So,
Or do you think Wick finally gets somebody? Or,
That's actually-
or Massa, like, or
well, no,
who's
that's
that?
actually what I was going to get at. Depending on, I honestly think if Chinzo faces either Massa or Wick, I don't think he gets out of that matchup. Dude, just in Big Tens. I mean, it's not that he hasn't. I mean, usually Chinzo runs into like Imar at Big Ten.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, or
And
are you going with like? And I'm changing it up too, just because I'm like.
And then if
I
I'm not
think he finally
mistaken-
wins Big Ten,
Yeah.
but I think the opposite happens this year. I think
Yeah.
since he's number one, I think he wins Big Tens, but somebody figures him out at NCAA's because that's what's happened in the last
Yeah.
2 years. He wasn't the number
If
one
I'm not
guy at Big
mistaken,
Tens.
Massa also beat Marinelli twice last year at Big Tens.
Was it Big Tens or at NCAA's or whatever
I
happened?
think it was
there?
at Big Tens.
Big
I think,
Tens.
yeah, I think Massa beat Marinelli twice.
Was that the flex off at Big Tens? Was that the?
Yeah. Yeah, so honestly, just to be different, I'm gonna go Wick from Nebraska.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Wick. It's I don't
Wick from Wisconsin?
Wisconsin. Yeah, I said Nebraska. My bad. I think
Yeah,
from,
because-
Marty from Nebraska.
Marty.
Yeah, that's in my head right now.
Marty from
Um,
Nebraska.
No, but yeah, I got Wick from Wisconsin, and then I'm not for NCAA's.
You think Wick wrestles Marinelli in the finals? You hear? Beats
yeah,
Vincenzo in the semis to get to Marinelli.
yeah.
So he finally beats the Bull this year after the Bulls beat him twice.
Mhm.
So who do you
I think it's kind of like that.
So that-
he's been.
yeah, so then what happens at NCAA's then?
I think Marinelli's like how you got lucky. Yeah.
Who takes it?
Yeah. I didn't have a hard time betting against him.
Gosh,
He's aptly named.
I want to see him foot sweep somebody again.
Oh yes.
Boom.
I just like I'm gonna be bold and say Wicks. I mean I didn't.
Yeah, no, I mean it's not really bold. I mean, no, I mean,
then, but
well,
then you have to take into account
but
that
I'm
he's
just
gonna have to
saying-
beat Marinelli.
yeah, I mean, but
Well, he's gonna have to beat Chinzo and Marinelli. Let me put it that way.
yeah,
So that's what I'm saying,
that's
that's
a route.
bold.
That's a route. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. It's bold, but I think he can do it.
Yeah, no, I mean, there definitely could. I mean, he's
Yeah.
you know,
So we got 174.
yeah. I'm not betting against Mark Hall, with this crowd. I still think that Zahid.
Yeah.
Let's see it.
You're going Zahid for NCAA?
Yeah.
Okay. Zahid. I think that's how it's spelled. Yeah, Mark Hall. Mark Hall.
No, I didn't. I was wondering if you'd go. I mean,
No, I don't think Amin beats him.
although I'd almost kind of like to see it because
I would love to see it. I
like
don't
Hall's
think it
had
would, though.
Amin's number. Like I mean,
Yeah.
just
I would love to see it, but I just realistically I don't see it happening.
there's something about Mark Hall minus Zahid just seems to like.
Yeah. In the NCAA's, I'm gonna stick with Hall as well.
Yeah, I mean, I can't fault you on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Like
I
until somebody. Oh, which leads to another topic. I don't know if we'll have time for it today, but remind me about Jordan
Yeah.
Burroughs and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, I've got Mark Hall winning both Big Tens and NCAA's.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's
Now,
a safe bet.
This to me is almost more of a next topic. The way he's
Yeah,
wrestling. Miles Martin,
Martin.
next topic. Like again, you know.
Even for NCAA's, right?
Yeah.
Like it's no
Like,
question.
dude, like so much so that I wish Bo Nickel was still at 184.
Honestly, I wonder if he'd still be wrestling this well because I think a lot of the thing that's been stopping him, I think mentally he's realized he's always been behind Bo.
I know, but like how well he's wrestling though. Like if he wrestled this well all year long, be like, man, I am good, and man, like.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying I think a lot of that comes from the confidence of not having to deal with Bo.
I mean, that might be it too, but I still. Okay, take away all mental issues,
Yeah.
whatever they may or may not be.
And just boil it down
Don't
to
you
skill.
want to see like this?
Yeah, no, that's what I've been.
This
wanting to
Miles
see
Martin versus
Yeah,
Bo Nickel.
that's been
That
what
was
I've wanted to see.
That'd be beautiful.
It would be beautiful, but sadly, I just think that's the reason he's wrestling so great right now is because he realizes
There's
I'm
no
not
worry about
It's
it.
my weight class.
No.
I'm the top guy. It's me.
I mean, but geez, I would love to see that match
God, that
this
would be
year
great,
with
yeah.
the way they're wrestling. Dude, does Bo Nickel pin Colin Moore again?
Yes, absolutely.
He's gonna pin him again?
Yes,
I don't doubt it. Okay, Bo
Yeah.
Nickel.
and at NCAA's.
Nickel.
Yeah.
And I hope his hair is blue. No, I hope his hair is throwback to Ed Ruth. I want half blue and half blonde.
I forgot about him for a minute. That's
like,
a good
because
one.
remember him and David Taylor,
Yeah.
like he came out with that half and half.
Okay, so 285. I want to talk about who meets up in the semis on this one.
In the
And-
semis,
Yes, because I mean we're not going to talk about like
Gable
any-
versus Paris and
Yes.
Kazar.
Tell me that's not a matchup you want to see.
Yeah. I mean, but Stevenson's wrestled him once before, I think, and some,
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was in Pro
Just-
Match Challenge, but
I'm
I
telling
think
you, I want to see
Paris
this
is
match.
strong. It's going to be a great match.
Paris
but,
has been doing great this year too. So
but I got Stevenson for
Yeah,
everything.
Gable.
Well, oh, okay, now, all right. So I'm going to say Gable here, but just because I went Cowboy, I'm going to go White.
wait
there.
for NCAA's. Okay.
Because in reality, though, even though it was like a 6-2 or 6 whatever match, that
Yeah.
first match that he beat White, that first takedown was it was a 6-point move because he got a takedown in 4.
Mhm.
And then he scored no other points for 2 entire periods. White's continued to improve all
So-
year long.
Just a quick another thing I want to discuss. Did we ever think
That was happening, no. Because,
Yeah.
like, if you look, we both had, I think we both picked Stoll.
We had Stoll, yeah.
Stoll with the
8 seed.
asterisk of Stevenson being in there.
Yeah.
And now he's the 8 seed.
He's the 8 seed.
He's the 8 seed. Like, wow.
And
How
this
about
is not
injuries?
like 8. It's not like 8 and then 9, 10. No, he's the 8 seed. It's 1
Yeah.
through 8 here.
So,
That's
but
what-
I'm gonna go White with Okie State, and again, I gotta. I'll have to reevaluate this
Yeah.
obviously later, but that's just the horse I've been on right now.
I
so.
really like the homer in me wants to go like, nah, Mason Paris winning Big Tens. It's happening.
Dude, that'd be amazing.
It would be amazing. I'm gonna go Gable here, Gable NCAA's.
All right, so at least we're different there in a couple spots then.
Yeah.
So this will be a cool piece of paper. We'll take this one out. We'll compare it to our other one when we do our pre.
You know what? No, because to make things different. Because I got Wick. We both have Knopf. We both got Ashnot.
But you got Klodzik. I mean, you know.
Yeah,
there's
so we
only-
are still different. Okay.
Yeah, we're different.
I was making
think
sure.
we're-
I was gonna change it to make sure we're not too different.
Yeah,
But,
I think we're different in enough places that
Yeah.
So
but yeah, no, I mean this is really not a bad. Like, this is our
a bad preview of what we
Yeah.
got to come. So you know.
Yeah, that's it. You can't really see it.
No, so I think it's it's not a bad preview of what we got to come. So,
Yeah, I mean,
real quick before hear the dogs barking, my wife's home. But we didn't quite get into talking about buy-in culture and what we wanted to, which I think just write that down, buy-in culture, so we can still save that for a topic. But what we were talking about with like picking against Hall and Hall just finding a way, and like it seems like foolish to bet against him. Almost more so him than some of the other people. He seems to find a way. Like Jordan Burroughs wrestled again at the Dan Koloff something.
the
over-
Koloff. Yeah, Koloff.
Is it Dan Koloff or Don Koloff or something?
It's Koloff. I know
Yeah,
it's Koloff, but
so he
yeah.
wrestled there. He won that and looked great.
Mhm.
He wrestled against Chamizo,
Yep.
beat Chamizo pretty handedly, and a part of me was watching that match, and I said, if he loses to Chamizo again, I was ready to jump off that wagon and say it's Dake's
Yeah.
spot. Not to say that it couldn't be Dake's spot, but like, how do we pick against the great, the GOAT, while he's still doing it? Like, people have done it before and it backfired.
And it's like you
But-
said it best. He looked great. He really
He
looked
And
amazing.
see, that's what I was gonna say. Is I really thought that I've been almost waiting for it in the sense that I really thought that he's starting to focus his energy in different areas. He's like doing the pre-party for stuff. He's been having a bigger social media presence on wrestling social issues and just
Yeah.
putting his foot in different things other than just seeing pure training and family stuff. And I was like, how much of this are we seeing him diverting his energy into other areas for his marketability things for when he's done? And in my mind, it's like, are we already seeing kind of like not an excuses way out, but a smart plan
to phase
to phase
Yeah.
into his next role as like an ambassador for the sport, for the people, for things. But then I saw him wrestling this, and I was like,
I don't know.
I
really
was
don't
like,
know.
wow.
I don't have the answer either.
never mind.
Like-
He's still great. He's still the GOAT. It's back to
You use
I
the
can't
G
pick
word.
against him, huh?
You use that G word.
Huh? Because it works for him
It
right now.
does.
Okay? Because it does work for him being one of the greatest.
He's
of
the
all
goat
time.
and the moth. I'm telling you.
You
The
know.
man of the hour.
You
For
know.
those who don't know what that means.
Okay, there you go. I was like, Mothman prophecies? What we got going on over here?
Man of the hour.
Okay, so, but like, I was like, okay, maybe it's Dake's time. But at the same time, who's to say it's not? Like, the Dake went.
I was gonna say the
No,
way
but
what
Dake
did
did.
Dake went
So, like,
human.
oh my goodness, we have such a great thing coming up, like, with those two. And I
That's
can't
gonna
wait
be-
for it. And we're going to have to put each other on the spot and pick somebody. We're not doing that now
No,
because
because
I am
there's no
not,
way I
re-
can do it.
I am
I'm
not
not
ready
ready.
for
I've got to go look at some more highlights.
I've
I'm
got
gonna
to
have re-up them.
re-rationalize.
I'm gonna have to watch training footage.
You know, if one of us picks somebody, punch the other one in the face, and how dare you, but still possibly agree.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, I mean, honestly though, how
Like-
could you bet against Dake after what Dake did? He went what was
So that's why
yeah.
I was like, I was almost ready. I was like, almost
Yeah.
ready to be like, it's time. And then I'm like, it's still his time.
Yeah. It's like,
But,
you
oh,
think.
jeez,
It's
like,
kinda,
it's-
yeah.
So exciting, so exciting.
It's kind of like, I guess it's almost kind of like when the GSP came back,
Uh-huh.
and it's like,
Yeah.
is GSP actually done? And then he came back and did what he did, and you're just like, okay.
What do you got, boy? Come here, take a look real fast.
That monster truck stuff.
Whoa, does that have a ramp in there too?
Yeah, it's in the cardboard.
Cardboard ramp?
You're gonna see that thing go
Okay.
flying across the room later.
Oh, no, yeah, they go flying everywhere.
And the ice blue color.
Ice Blue Thunder, very cool. Alright, you say hi to everybody?
Hi.
You want to say bye?
Bye.
Okay, we're almost done here, okay? Oh, and it rolled right over my face. Alright, don't knock my drink over that. My water. Okay, guys, so yes, Blue Thunder is rolling on the screen right now. On that note, I think this is pretty good for today. We're still going to talk about buying culture, but the reality of that buying culture is, not that I was going to say that we have all summer for it, but the reality of the buying culture and what we need for our guys is for it to actually begin now. Is for it to begin in the summer.
Yeah.
For it to begin in some freestyle Greco. For
I'll
it
be
to
honest.
begin in camp
I don't
season
even say if it begins
for-
in the summer. I think it begins now. Like
That's what I'm saying.
this
Like,
is
it
the
begins
best
now.
time.
Like,
Yeah.
so, talk about buying culture, what it takes for people to buy into what we're doing, how we're doing things, to believe in themselves. I mean, it's almost kind of a subcast type thing, but I think it's something that we both agree on. And I don't know.
Something we
And
definitely
also,
need to address.
yeah, we do want to address it. I think it also makes for a lot of good talking points, but it's one that I kind of want to write some notes down on, and for us just to bounce ideas back on why I don't think we have the buying culture that we need to have to be successful on a larger scale than what we already are, because we are successful.
Mhm.
We do the right things. We get good people, and we get our guys doing all the things that we expect people to do off the mat. They become good people. They're Eagle Scouts. They come back. They give back to the program. They volunteer coach. They're stand up people that people don't have problems. They're doing all the right things throughout their lives that wrestlers build outside of the room. And then we do have success in the sense that we have had state champs, and we still have had state runner ups, and we've had state placers. But we still haven't had like that dual team ready to buy in as a whole team. So
Yeah.
I think that's what we need to address. And I think
And, that's
get some notes coming up for all that kind of
And
stuff.
yeah, I think just that buying in kind of will. I mean, you look at the difference between us and people, other programs who have had people buy in from an early age. I think it's there is a difference. Like the ones who buy in super early and.
Oh, and like, what is it? Because like we've got people that will buy in. Like this little man, he's got a Kyle Snyder shirt. Devin, like he got some. Not his birthday money, but got a little bit of cash, and he's been waiting for me to order.
Yeah.
You know what he wants? He wants a Kyle Snyder hoodie. He found the one he wants.
I mean,
but like we're talking about like buying from a young age.
Yeah.
Like, so.
Well,
Is it different just because they're
like buying in and then like fully committing? Because there's a lot of people who buy. Like our guys will. I hate to say they kind of halfway buy into it. It's like, oh yeah, what you're saying is good, but are you really committing to it? You know what I mean? Like then you look at schools like Burns and all that who have like, and I'm not saying like we have to be like a wrestling cult. I mean, although that would probably be the coolest cult in the world.
Yes,
but
it would.
I mean, you kind of need that level of
You want
that level of just mental
Okay,
investment to where you fully believe in what your coaches are teaching you, and not only what we're teaching you, but believing that what we're teaching you works for you and that you can do it out there. Like 'cause you have to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I think that's the
Yeah.
thing, believing in themselves and like
Yeah.
we're trying to establish that into them. So, but like I said, that's all for another episode. Like I said, I want us to delve deep into that one day and really like have some notes on it and
Yeah.
like just kind of bounce some more ideas off of that. And then because that's part of these podcasts are not just for us to talk about it, but in reality, stuff like this is for us to talk about it, get feedback, and actually break things down and see how can we do things more effectively. How can we use what we talk about when we talk to our team, when we talk to our guys? How can we do our tech casts and do some more moves, which we've been talking about? We really want to get going with those again. But how can we do those to show you guys, to be better teachers, to be better coaches, to be better men in general? It's not just a podcast just to tell you guys what we think, which is great because everybody else was stealing our stuff anyway.
Yeah.
I
We
but
say
it's-
these things, but these things, we're not just saying them to say them. We're saying this because it's been. Not only have we seen it firsthand, but we've also seen it from our own mistakes.
Yeah.
We're neither of us are perfect, and I'm sure there's a lot of things.
So we just want to go in
Yeah.
general. And if you hear some other stuff going on with the mic, which we'll probably stop here in a second, that is the monster truck crashing into the mic. As those of you watching on YouTube can see that, yes, that's what he's doing. He's running things over right now with his new monster truck. So, but yeah, so it's just as much for us as it is for others, which is, I think, really cool, too. But, alright guys, on that note, we'll catch you next time. And then, I guess after Big Tens.
Yeah, after Big Tens.
And some pre-NCAAs and after
It's
SoCon.
already time for that.
That's what I'm saying.
The season just
I know.
started, guys. Come on.
So much, but so much good stuff to talk about real soon. Alright guys.
Bye-bye.
Let's see. Lesser.
Yes, I pressed record again. I like the bonus footage thing. But just,
Yeah.
I will come.
No, but yeah. So
thank
that's
you.
what. Really,
Bye,
Mincic is gonna have to run
bye.
into. He's gonna have to run into Suriano, like we said. But you go. Like I was saying, 74 to 285. There's such the clear cut number one. How do you even have anyone touch Miles Martin this year, or Bo Nickel, or even Gable? I mean,
Alright.
you can have White.
I'm gonna lie, you said 74 on. Really, as much as we joke about it, next and off topic, how is it that when they wrestle anybody, because Chenzo's been undefeated this year, Nall for 57. I mean, if you don't pin 1, 2, 3, 4 guys and try to get up 24-0, how can you beat Penn State? And then that's not giving up bonus to Nickel, Nall, Hall.
Yeah.
What was that?
I mean, yeah. It's crazy. I mean,
Like.
oh,
Okay, stop.
I mean, really, how do you? Like I was saying, realistically, 74 on. How do you bet against these number one teams? But everyone else, realistically, you have a case for. You could say Klosnik beats Ashnault in NCAA. You have a case to say that.
Oh, I thought
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
still talking about the dual schedule.
Oh
and
yeah,
dual
I
power.
mean, even that too. If we're talking about dual
Um,
system of Penn State, there's no way of technically.
Okay,
you
so,
can't
alright.
beat that.
Yeah. All right. So that being said, earlier on I picked Iowa to win NCAA.
Oh yeah,
So this is our bonus
I
video.
think we both.
I think we might have both picked Iowa but we were still
Yeah.
Lee, Stoll, Bull.
I mean, right now it's a 1 and 2 race. You have Okie State and Penn State, but then it's how can
But
you have
it
Penn State
is-
there?
But my homering out on Penn State a little, not on Penn State, on Oak State with Piccinini, Fix. You need Cade to score points, which at NCAA's may not always happen as much as you want. G Feller is. Oh, dude, we didn't even talk about that. G Feller, is good, but he's wrestling. I think he's up a weight. Filling in for what's his name, Bobo or something like that. Filling in a weight. So he's good. He'll AA, but he's not. He's not beating, Ashnault Kolodzik yet, to make. Well, I mean, he could, but is it likely? No. I forget who they have 57, but Did you see what they did?
For what?
Okie State, like they changed their weights up.
No.
Like Chandler Rogers, the senior, pins everywhere with the assassin. Is beautiful. He's
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
He's not wrestling.
No, yeah, okay, no, I did see that actually.
Joseph Smith goes down a weight class,
Mhm.
wrestles off, beats him in the weight class. Jacoby Smith goes down to
Joe
74.
Smith is-
Somebody else they put into 84.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Baby.
you know, I just don't. I was like, wow, like, and that's the thing about like a stacked team and
But do
stacked
you
lineup.
think that do you
Stop
think
thinking
they're
on
trying to play the points game though? Or do you think that they're looking
They
at
think
this
that
from-
they can score. Obviously, they think they can score more points with that
Yeah,
lineup.
but taking Rodgers out, I mean that's points you could have been
Hey.
having too though.
Yeah, but I mean, that they thought that they could get more points with this lineup. I mean,
Yeah.
who are we to question John Smith? How dare you,
I mean I can't.
Henry? Punch him in the face.
No, I'm not gonna question John
Did you
Smith.
see
That's
him
what
like look
Yeah,
over?
he looked over, he did. That's why I backed up.
Yeah.
But no, seriously though, like
Our first act of
Is-
violence comes from Henry.
is Okie State, are they a viable threat in NCAA's though this year? Do you think that they can possibly compete with Penn State as far as team points? I mean,
If they do, then the things have to happen. I think White has to win.
Yeah.
Fix has to win. Piccinini has to win.
can win, but that's the thing.
Oh,
You
he
have
can.
three
He
guys. You
can.
have
So
three guys
those
that
three
can
guys
win.
can win. But even like with how I have it, then you still need for Zahid to beat Hall. You need Martin to do what he's been doing. You have to.
You have to have someone beat Chenzo.
You have to have somebody beat Chenzo, and my God, would it be the most amazing thing in the world for Okie State if it's seemingly less likely to happen to North, but what if Connor Moore did pull the massive upset in the rematch, or
Yeah.
not to say that it's because Connor Moore's no slouch. I mean, not to say that
He's not.
couldn't happen.
He's a very legitimate wrestler. But that's the thing. And then we've got. I mean,
But you have to hope for so much to go wrong.
and then you mentioned
for
it.
Penn
Do
State
you
for
think-
anybody to think of
And you're
anybody
saying
else having a shot.
we don't see Ashnot Ashnot or Klozek losing to G Feller. But I mean, then again, we've seen crazier things happen.
Yeah, it is NCAA,
I mean,
and that's what makes it beautiful.
Crazy stuff happens. So I mean, what if G Feller goes into NCAA's and has an absolute has a giraffe and just destroys everyone?
What if K Brock finally, not only say wrestles to his potential, but wrestles the way everybody loves to see him wrestle?
Yeah.
And this time, instead of like him going into a match and hitting that inside trip and doing this awesome, beautiful wrestling,
Yeah.
but sometimes getting caught and costing him a match, what if they don't cost him? And what if he's there?
No, I mean 100%. And I mean, but then we've got because it's a very real possibility that Okie State is very competitive. It could go into the finals and we don't know who's going to win easily. Simply because I mean, like you said, you got Piccinini, you got Fix, you've got you've got so many guys. You White and heavyweight. Those are like three guys that very realistically can be in the final, if not win. And then we were just talking about all the other guys that they have going on, bouncing here and there. And I mean, can Chenzo be beat? Yes, absolutely. Can Mark Hall be beat? Yeah, we've seen it happen before. I mean,
Yeah.
do we sit there and be bold enough to say that watch out for Okie State at the NCAA?
Oh, I mean, definitely watch out, but talk
Yeah, I mean,
about,
like as far as
talk
like a
about,
legitimate,
but perfect storm having to happen though.
It can.
It can.
But then I mean, last year Penn State was looking kind of and then like at the very end they.
Oh yeah. Well, and that seems that back half of that lineup.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I guess that's like,
Dad,
bonus
what's our
footage.
kiss
Alright,
out?
bonus
Our
footage.
our
Yes.
credits. The
Bonus credits as sorry about the mic. Yes, as Henry. Okay, yeah, that was sorry for your ears on the last car crashing onto things.